And now it's time for Southern California's sports fishing voice. Let's Talk Hookup. For the next 2 hours, join Pete Gray, rock cod Rick Maxa, and this week's special expert guest for fishing information, new techniques to catch more fish, and the most current scoop on what's happening in the water. Let's Talk Hookup is sponsored in part by Yamaha Outboards, official motor sponsor of Let's Talk Hookup. Royal Polaris, the world's finest long-range sports fisher. By Ford, the official truck of Let's Talk Hookup, and Shimano Rods and Reels. Fish with the best. Shimano. Get ready for the fastest 2 hours on radio with the hosts of Let's Talk Hookup, Pete Gray and rock god Rick Maxa.
Good morning, anglers, and welcome to Let's Talk Hookup. I'm Pete Gray. Rock cod Rick Maxa is in the Mighty 1090 studios. I am at the beautiful Hotel Corral and Marina in Ensenada, Mexico, with Ken Frankie and the gang from the Sport Fishing Association of California. We have some fantastic dignitaries from Mexico to talk all about Ensenada, Northern Baja, and more today. It's going to be an exciting show. We have a phenomenal panel of guests, and of course we have some of the big executives from the fisheries down here in Mexico too. You stay tuned. This is going to be a great show live from Ensenada, Mexico on the Mighty 1090. One of my favorite things about fishing, in addition to hooking up a nice yellowfin, is a chance to meet great people. And when I run into someone that served our country or a local hero that has served our community, I make it a point to say thank you. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealer would like to show their gratitude by offering all first responders, active military personnel, veterans, and retirees a special appreciation bonus on top of current offers available on a new Ford car, truck, or SUV. It's your Ford dealer's way of saying thank you. Thank you to all first responders and military personnel for your service to us all. When duty calls, when disaster strikes, when others are in need, they go first, and they deserve to be recognized. To learn more about this special appreciation bonus, go to FordHonorsTheHeroes.com. That's FordHonorsTheHeroes.com. Or simply stop by any San Diego County Ford dealer. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Here's John Ireland for Rancho Leonero.
Rancho Leonero was awarded the Certificate of Excellence from TripAdvisor for 4 straight years. Especially interesting, most hotels are just hotels, and most people stay in the hotel and go do their activities elsewhere. Rancho Leonero, of course, provides fishing, diving, all activities, all meals, your whole vacation. So the fact that we're so highly rated, we're very proud of it. From picking you up at the airport to dropping you off, literally everything is turnkey from there. We make it as easy as we can for you at the ranch. From your meals to whether you're going to go fishing or diving or just hang out by the pool. When you're coming to Rancho Leonero, you are coming to John Ireland's home. I guarantee the best fishing vacation experience in all of Baja. It's unique. There's nowhere that I could think of to get the same experience that you get in Rancho Leonero. Our new reservation phone number is 800-646-2252, 646-BAJA, and RanchoLeonero.com. It's really unique. It is. We're very proud of it.
Shimano is proud to present an opportunity for you to go fishing on 2 of the finest 3/4-day boats on the fleet and use the top-of-the-line Shimano gear. It's Terramar Tuesday, going on now through September. Join Shimano Pro staff aboard the San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, and coming in June, the new Liberty from Fisherman's Landing. These trips will be booked through the landing, and it's the same price as a regular 3/4-day trip. But the difference will be a selection of top-of-the-line Shimano Terramar rods and reels will be available for you to try, along with an assortment of Shimano jigs and more. And a member of the Shimano Pro staff will be aboard to answer questions you may have. Terramar Tuesdays will feature Shimano Terramar rods with Trinidad A, Torium HG, Tranks, and Talica reels available for you to try for free. Don't miss Terramar Tuesday on the San Diego out of Seaforth Sport Fishing, and beginning June 7th aboard the Liberty from Fisherman's Landing. Check the landing website for more details or the trips page at hookup1090.com.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090 in the studio here, but wishing I was down in Ensenada with the whole gang. Good morning, Pete.
Good morning, Rick, and gang. Boy, I'll tell you, you do wish you were here because we had such a great afternoon and evening down here, and we're going to talk about that as we move on. Just seeing all the great sights and experiencing all the great things that Baja California has and Ensenada and the surrounding communities. And it was a fun afternoon in the Guadalupe Valley yesterday, and then a fun evening in Ensenada, and, of course, this Hotel Corral and Marina here. It's just such a beautiful, beautiful place. And we have an amazing lineup today for our live broadcast here for the Sport Fishing Association. I'm going to let Ken Frankie's president of the Sport Fishing Association, who's sitting right next to me here, introduce it. Good morning, Ken.
Good morning, Pete. Thank you for having us. Everybody, we're very excited to be down here in Ensenada. What SAC's trying to do is promote some of the sport fishing and the tourism activities in Baja California, and Ensenada has just been a very welcoming place to visit. We got an exciting list of people that we're going to have speaking today. We have Haiti Salem, the binational liaison from the state. We have Hector Rosas, who's with the state tourism. He's the actual delegate of tourism. We're talking top-level people in the government, and they're going to be here to answer your questions. We also make sure you have your pen and paper out, because we're going to be talking Kenya Zamaripa from the SAC office. She's the Director of Marketing and International Affairs. She's going to be talking about how you go and complete the paperwork to bring your own boat down to visit Baja California.
Big question.
Getting FMMs, temporary importation documents. She is the expert. And we're going to also have Fido Espinosa in the first hour, a very good friend down here. Great friend of sport fishing. He's going to talk about what's going on locally. And Fido manages the Corral Marina, and he's been a friend of mine for 20 years. And just an excellent resource, always available by phone. And then in the second hour, we have two exciting guests. We have the Director of Fisheries for the state of Baja California, as well as the Director of Fisheries for Conapesca, which is federal fisheries from San Diego. And I just need everybody to understand everybody is working very, very hard to bring people down, to make people feel comfortable to visit Mexico, and frankly to make it so that you can enjoy your passion, which is sport fishing.
We had a beautiful ride from our offices next to Fisherman's Landing yesterday to the Hotel Corral and Marina. 1 hour and 50 minutes, is that right?
Yep.
Yeah, it was a very easy, quick ride. Glided through Tijuana there, across the border. That was including a stop for insurance at the border. And so it would have been maybe an hour and 30 minutes. Really,
the road was immaculate.
Yeah, pretty amazing. And we are talking about what a different world it is today for people to come and visit Baja California. And then it was just even a few years ago, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
Haiti Salem is the binational liaison here, and Haiti, good morning. And
good morning.
Could you fill everybody in on the new cross-border terminal, as well as some of your views on accessibility down here?
Absolutely. First of all, good morning. Thank you so much for broadcasting once more from here, and for showcasing a little bit what we have here in Ensenada and all of Baja California, and especially for being such great promoters and advocates of the region. So thank you so much. And yes, it's exciting. 2015, and I'll let our delegates speak a little more, but it was definitely one of the best years for tourism for Baja California. 2016's our numbers are high. We're looking great. And one of the exciting things in being in a border region is definitely the border crossing. So we had recently the official inauguration of CBX, which is the Cross Border Express. It's the new international bridge that connects the Tijuana International Airport to the U.S. So you literally get off the plane, get your luggage, and walk over the bridge, and you're in San Diego.
Yeah, and we've experienced that, and it's impressive. For those that have not experienced it, you're in for a real treat. It's pretty amazing.
Yeah, I think it was 20 minutes for us to get off the plane and walk through and get over to the U.S. side. It was pretty amazing.
It's the only one that exists internationally. It's the only example that there is in the world for that. So we're hoping it's a detonator for tourism and for the region itself. So it's very exciting to see that.
Yeah, awesome. We're pretty excited about it too. But we were talking last night at dinner, and what a wonderful restaurant we had. And we're going to hear from our resident culinary expert later on about all the different culinary delights that we have here in Ensenada. But we were talking about all the different things that are happening here in Ensenada and in Baja.
Absolutely. There's where to start. Again, one of the best years. But we have kind of a little news to give this morning, and I'll let Hector give that. But cruises. So cruise arrivals here, we have the marina, and of course the Port of Ensenada is one of the biggest ones as well. So I'll actually pass it on to Hector to give a little exciting news. But we're really into adventure tourism. So of the places that we went yesterday that I think you all enjoyed,
in the Guadalupe Valley, which is the wine country of Mexico, right?
Right. So there's a little place called Cuatro Cuatros, which is glamping for those who aren't that familiar. But we have the first zip line that was just inaugurated as well. We started with phase 1. It has 5 phases, and it's going to be the largest and best of all of Mexico. So that's a little...
Wow.
That's one of the little things that are happening here, right?
Yeah, and that's going to be right in the Guadalupe Valley.
Right, exactly, in the Guadalupe Valley, and you have the view to the entire coast. So they actually have a little... oh, my goodness, I'm thinking in Spanish. A viewing point, thank you.
Okay.
Mirador in Spanish. And you have the entire coast that you can see, so it's a beautiful view. You have the valley on one side, and you have the coast on the other.
And you're zip-lining through 150 different wineries in that valley.
There's over 100 wineries that we have.
100 wineries.
Exactly.
Wow.
So it's grown so much.
That's amazing. And we visited a couple of beautiful properties. First of all, a fabulous restaurant, which is one of many there in the Guadalupe Valley, but we went to an amazing hotel too, right?
Yes, so we stopped by Encuentro Guadalupe. It's very different. It's one of the eco hotels. It's won awards also, but it's a little quaint hotel with a beautiful view. And you don't see that anywhere else because you're literally on the mountain and you have the little rooms that stick out.
Yes.
So it's a little hard to explain.
Yeah, no doubt. And the wine that are being produced in the Guadalupe Valley are quite impressive, too.
Top level.
Yeah. It's just a little tiny microcosm environment there that just grows beautiful grapes, and there's some internationally famous winemakers that have taken camp there and starting to make great wine.
Right.
Yeah.
And we stopped by La Lomita also. So, again, there's over 100 wineries that we have here.
Yeah, pretty impressive. So some of the other things that are going on, I've noticed when I came down to Cedros Tackle's kayak adventure and flew out of Ensenada a few weeks ago to go to Cedros, I noticed so many changes right here in the city of Ensenada and so many beautiful upgrades that are happening here.
Yes, absolutely. And I'll let, again, Hector, who's the expert locally, talk a little more about that. But we have, I was telling you about new fountains, dancing fountains that we have just here. And it's an interesting project because you have the 3 levels of governments that are involved. And it's a nice attraction that you have right here at the port. So you have the beautiful view with the cruise ships in the back, and then you have the fountains right there. And, of course, don't forget about the gastronomical scene that we have, which is booming in all of Baja California. Yeah. I think that's definitely one of the best attractions that we have going for us right now.
Tijuana has become a culinary boomtown, right?
Right.
I mean, how else to describe it, right? So many great restaurants.
And from all levels, because we were mentioning this, we even have the food truck, which is a hot topic right now, and you have very high-end restaurants. So of one of the places that we went to yesterday, of the top chefs that we have, Miguel Ángel Guerrero, known as the father of Baja Med per se, it's just so many options that you get to choose from.
Yeah, indeed. Well, pretty fantastic, and it's great seeing the sights with you, Haiti, here in Baja California. And you actually, your job is what? You are the cross-border
she's everything.
Liaison. You live in San Diego, you live in Tijuana, you live in Ensenada, you live everywhere here, right?
So it's the first time the state of Baja California has representation in San Diego. So it's the first time we have offices there with SANDEC, which is the San Diego Association of Governments. And it's been great to have that local presence and interact with the community. We work a lot with SAC, which I think has made a great difference with the delegations that we go in conjunction with the San Diego Regional Chamber. So it's just amazing to see that positioning, that binational interest of the Cali Baja region.
Yeah.
It's exciting times.
It is exciting times. And if you look at my Facebook page, you can see a picture of Kenya and Haiti yesterday and see what a beautiful young lady she is, too. And I was surrounded by beauty yesterday.
Well, thank you, Pete.
Yeah, I wasn't talking about you, Ken. Sorry. Or Rick or any of those guys, right? So, Hector, tell us about this exciting news today that's happening right now in Ensenada.
Yeah, thank you, Pete. First of all, good morning.
Good morning.
Thank you for having us here. Welcome to Ensenada. And yes, we are very excited first to be here this morning, and because, talking about the cruise industry. First, let me tell you that Ensenada is the first port in the Pacific Ocean to having more calls and more passengers on board. We are the second largest port in Mexico. So we received around 270 calls per year. It's about several hundred thousand passengers on board year-round. And today, for the first time, we're having the Serenity cruise ship from Crystal Cruise Line. Is the first call. It's coming from Hawaii on its way to San Francisco and then to Vancouver to do the glaciers tours. So at noon, we're having this nice ceremony on board. So we're very excited today to have Serenity cruise here.
And already, cruise ship just came in this morning.
Yeah, we have 4 regular calls during the week from Carnival Cruises. It's the Inspiration and the Imagination cruises. We are right now in the low season, but after, about starting on September, October is the high season. We have the Princess Cruise Line also called in Ensenada. So every day during the week we have a cruise ship. So it's very, very good industry for Ensenada.
Excellent. For all the listeners out there, there's a lot of work going on right now. It's all about accessibility. It's all about making it easy for you to come visit Ensenada, to come sport fishing here. The processes, everything is constantly improving. And I have to tell Hector and also Haiti, they have been outstanding partners in helping us. Haiti and I were just in Mexico City together with the delegation from San Diego. Everything was about process. FMMs, all the different things that are required to come down here and how to make it easy for you to visit. Border crossing, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah, all of that. So, what else is exciting here in Ensenada that we can, when we come and visit, we can look forward to?
There are a lot of things. You just talk about the wine industry, the gastronomy, the natural attractions. Like we have 2 national parks, like Sierra de Juarez and San Pedro Martir, the Blowhole, La Bufadora, beach areas. Right now in town, as Haiti was talking about, we're having this dancing fountain, or how do you call this fountain? Very nice attraction now that in coordination with the federal, the state, and the county governments, also with the private sector. It's a very nice attraction now. Last night we were doing the last technical test. So actually tonight we're having some other test, and officially next week it's going to start that attraction with 3 different shows during the day, in the morning, at noon, and at night. So it's a very nice project now.
Yeah, indeed, and continuous development here to attract more tourism from actually all over the world, right?
Exactly. Ensenada, as you mentioned, the facility to come down here, the promotions that we are doing in coordination with the state, the federal, people from all over the world is coming down to Ensenada. We just won the most famous the best breakfast in the world. Many awards on the wine industry, the gastronomy. So Ensenada is how do you say, destino de moda? It's trending destination.
And that's what Baja California is. It's a trending destination. And I'm going to turn it over to Rick, because we got Captain Andy Cates from the Red Rooster 3 live, coming home from a great trip. Go ahead, Rick.
Yeah, you got it. Well, let's go live right now to the Red Rooster 3. Talk to Captain Andy. Good morning, Andy.
Hey, good morning, Rick.
Excited.
Going up that way, you guys.
All good here. We're I'm in the studio. Pete and Ken Frankie down in Ensenada. We're talking all about Mexico and fishing today, but dying to know how the June heat trip went on the Red Rooster.
Yeah, it sounds like you got a great guest there. Hey, no, everything went great, man. We had a nice trip. We started inside there and then ended up out at the bank for the last 3 days. And it was a little sharky out there for sure, but boy, oh boy, the grade out there was phenomenal, man. All the fish that we caught out there was over 100 pounds, up to about 223 was probably the biggest fish there. But oh man, what a fantastic show of fish! It's like a whole new batch of fish moved in out there at the bank, so that was really exciting. A little bit of wahoo here and there, but boy, all in all, man, it was really. And I'll tell you what, man, that fish out there at that bank, as we all know, that is the toughest fish. Oh my, these poor people just got roasted.
Especially when they're all that big.
Oh my Lord, man, they really got ruined. But and then you throw in a little bit of shark to get those things activated like that, and there was just some strong fish. So some of the most epic battles we had all year we experienced on the June heat trip. And like always, Leo was out with one of Jack's partners there was out with us doing the Accurate trip. So we had some great daily jackpots. Guys gave away the Accurate 600 series reels and a number of other daily jackpots. So not to mention all the loaner gear. You go out on those Accurate trips and you get 40, 50 rods and reels to choose from to use for the trip. So it really came in handy. We used a lot of the heavier line because it was drift fishing. It was one of those trips where we primarily drift fished the entire time. So guys were able to use heavy line to get out away from the boat. It was really a pretty exciting trip, man. We made one little stop yesterday at Cedrus and had some yellowtail action in the afternoon just to break up the trip because we left from the bank, and that's a pretty far ride from there to home. It's 4 full days. So we broke it up yesterday, had some nice yellowtail there. That looked good. So on top of it, man, the weather has been phenomenal. Oh, my. I think one day we had 14 knots of wind, and that was the max for 2 weeks.
Wow, what a trip, man. That's awesome, Andy. Well, certainly some great fishing, and sounds like you guys made all the right moves and got the boys on a bunch of big ones, and that's why June Heat's so popular. It just seems like year after year you guys just always have a phenomenal trip, and really glad to hear it. So what's next for the Red Rooster 3? I believe this is the last long trip of the season. Is that right?
It is, and that you're right. With that June heat, it's really nice because you're down there by yourself, and then that's the finisher. That's the end of the long season, and then now we go into some of the 8-day trips. We got a string of 3 8-day trips that we're going to start on Thursday. So awesome. We'll be starting that, and it sounds like good fishing down there on the ridge, man. The guys coming up that I've talked to, boy, that yellowtail down there, and then there's some of that school-sized tuna down there around the ridge too. That 18 to 25-pound bread and butter fish. Oh man, what a blast! And then sounds like the guys are able to get up here and then try up there in your grounds, up around the Wicked Tuna area, and get a chance at trying to catch a bluefin for the last day or two of their 8-day trip. So let's see if we can follow suit there, depending on weather. Like anything, depending on weather, but try and do the same format as some of the other guys have already established on the long-range arena with the 8-day trips.
That's awesome, Andy. Well, certainly a great report, a great wrap-up. If somebody wants to join you on some of the upcoming trips for the season, get on one of those 8 days if there's a spot available. How do we do that?
You can give us a call at the office there, 619-224-3857. You can look up the website and at redrooster3.com and see if there's any spots available. Give us a jingle, man. We'd love to have you.
That's awesome, Andy. Great report. Really appreciate a wrap-up, and congratulations on wrapping up an awesome long-range season. Sounds like the June Heat was another one for the books. Appreciate the call. We'll talk to you real soon, Andy.
All right. Take care, you guys.
All right.
Thanks, Andy. Appreciate that. Hey, Rick, the exciting news that you mentioned Wicked Tuna, and, of course, we have the Tuna Wars next week for the Friends of Rallo Kids Fishing Program, and the Tuna Wars captain's reception on Monday at the Valley High Monday evening. I'm proud to say and honored to say that event is sold out.
Oh,
so
cool.
if you waited to get your tickets, you're out. You can't come because you missed out. We warned you, right, Rick? Last week we warned you.
No doubt.
You better get your tickets, but it is sold out, and very proud of Jim and the gang from Friends of Rallo and Rallo Kids Organization for doing that. That's going to be a fantastic evening, and those of you not lucky enough to get tickets, I'll see you there, and it's going to be a fun and exciting event, and we want to thank the Baumans from the Valley High for hosting that fantastic event. Back here in Ensenada, of course, Fito Espinosa, our friends. Fito, I'm I don't know whether I want to say, but I think it's been more like 25 years, Ken, that we've been working with Fito down here. Good morning, Fito.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thank you for coming again.
Well,
we really appreciate you guys coming in the last 3 years.
Yeah, well, this hotel and marina is so beautiful, and people don't realize it, because when you're driving by on the highway, you see, and you don't realize when you walk in the front door, your jaw drops, and you just go, wow, this is quite a place.
Well, if you haven't been to Ensenada and obviously to Corral, you should just grab your car. If you got a boat that you can tow, you can bring it down, use the ramp, have a wonderful weekend, go fishing. So, we got it all.
Yeah, you certainly do. So this is the time of the year where you're going to be receiving a lot of visitors from the U.S. and temporary slips, people coming to visit Ensenada here and enjoying the beautiful surroundings, right?
Yeah, we are getting, believe it or not, we're also getting boats from the East Coast. So we're getting people that come on their boat for the weekend or a long week from San Diego or cities up further north. But we're also getting boats that are coming on ships from the East Coast, and there's a lot of them using Ensenada now as a port to unload these yachts, and eventually they go up to California. But they do stay here in Ensenada, for months or days, which is good for the economy.
Indeed, and Ken, it's quite a deal here to be able to work with Fito on the low, and he's kind of the local. When you have questions or you want to send people about local fishing here in Ensenada, who do you call?
Fito. It's
Fito's
automatic.
the guy, right?
We'll call him the marina mayor.
Yeah.
But the local fishing down here is so good and so close. Fito's got plenty of room here, I know, at the hotel. Like you said, the hotel's a complex. It's a marina. You can honestly, the roads were immaculate all the way down here, so you can trailer boats down here. But if you don't have your own boat, Fito, I know the Ensenada Sport Fishing Association is here today. They have a lot of boats here. Can people charter the local boats and then bring them to come pick them up here at the hotel? How does that work?
Yeah, there's an arrangement when they have there's someone that's staying here in our hotel, and they contact someone from the Sport Fishing Association here locally. They just tell us, what time and which boat, and they can use our field dock to,
Gotcha.
to go on board, and they bring them back. So that's how we can help them.
So right off of Ensenada for everybody is Todos Santos Island, and amazing bass fishing, yellowtail fishing within eyesight of where we're seated right now. And right outside of that is amazing tuna fishing. There's quite a volume.
The wicked tuna zone that Randy was just talking about, right there, right?
The ocean's alive right now. Oh my!
Yeah, and you've seen some big tuna coming in through the port here, right?
We've seen tuna and also Corvina, white sea bass.
Oh,
we've seen some big ones, and
actually,
actually,
that's the secret stuff there. He's giving it out right here.
You got numbers?
You know where the lighthouse is? Just north from here?
Yeah.
Fito.
Right there.
Offline, man. Offline.
But see, that's what Fito will tell you. He doesn't hold back. He tells people where to go. They come to your marina. They go, where do we go, Fito? You send them the right direction, right?
Yeah, we get the information, and it's got to be fresh.
The biggest thing with Fito is I'll have yacht owners, private boaters call our office saying, how do I go to Ensenada? What do I do? And then I hook them up with Fito. And Fito, you have been amazing at taking care of these people. They always call me back going, oh, that guy's amazing. Got us a marina slip. Totally dialed us out. It really helps having somebody like you down here.
Well, thank you. We really take this very seriously. As you know, we're a port of entry. So the big difference from our marina and any other one in other parts of Mexico is that you got to do here a lot of more paperwork. And here's where you got to do go to the immigration, port captain, get the customs, people give you the import permit. All of that's done at the first port of entry. So that's a big difference from us from any other place.
And you help people do that.
Of course. That's one of the things that we specialize in.
Yeah. Now, one thing our friends Gary and Yvonne Graham are here, and Gary Graham brought to my attention yesterday that live bait is back in Ensenada, right?
There is a gentleman that's operating a bait receiver, and it's in the main harbor.
Uh-huh.
Yes, that is correct.
So if you want live bait while you're in Ensenada, you can get it here.
Yeah, that is correct.
And I think Gary told me it was $20 a scoop. Is that right?
I'm not too sure.
Yeah. But anyway,
yeah, $20.
Well, the nice thing is now people can fish all the way down here, spend the weekend in Ensenada, hang out, eat the food, and then load up bait here and fish all the way back to San Diego. I mean, it's like a great opportunity.
Pretty cool. Well, as you can hear, Rick, we have a great show lined up for you today. We haven't even scratched the surface here at the Hotel Corral and Marina in Ensenada, Mexico.
Yeah, this is going to be a lot of fun and so much to cover, so much to talk about, so much good fishing and fun opportunities down in Ensenada and everywhere in Baja Norte. We're going to have a lot of fun talking all about it today, and we want to have some fun talking to you today. If you want to be a part of the show, give us a call this morning. We would love to hear from you. 2 ways you can reach us on the show today. That's 858 area code 457-1090. Again, 858-457-1090. That's our local number. Or you can reach us on the toll-free line. Toll-free number to Let's Talk Hookup is 877-792-1090. One more time, 877-792-1090. Not only will we be talking about all the great stuff going on in Baja today, we have also got a great prize for one of the lucky callers at the end of the show today, and that's a 3-quarter-day trip to go fishing aboard the San Diego out of C4 Sport Fishing. Guys in the San Diego have just been having an amazing time catching trophy bluefin. Not huge numbers, but every time you step aboard that 3-quarter-day trip, you have a chance at an absolute fish of a lifetime. I mean, how many 75 to 150 pounders have been caught on a 3-quarter-day trip? And it just seems like time and time again for the boys on the San Diego. So we're really excited again to be giving away a 3-quarter-day trip on the San Diego at a C4 Sport Fishing. Again, if you want to get through, 858 area code 457-1090 or 877-792-1090. And when we come back, we're going to be taking your phone calls. Lots of great information. Lots more from Ensenada. You stay tuned. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Yellowtail and bluefin are here now, and it's time to go fishing. Hi, this is Doug Kern from Fisherman's Landing Tackle, the saltwater tackle professionals. The perfect rod to handle tough fish like these is Terramar from Shimano. The secret? TC4 construction. That delivers a rod that is light and sensitive, yet tough and powerful. Shimano Terramar should be your next rod. Fisherman's Landing Tackle has the best inventory in the country of Terramar rods and the experts to help you select them. Visit us at Fisherman's Landing Tackle at Fisherman's Landing in San Diego or on the web at saltwatertackle.com. Fisherman's Landing has been the choice of sport fishing anglers for decades with the largest fleet of long-range boats worldwide, complemented by Southern California's finest charter and open party fleet. From a half-day trip on the Dolphin, overnight trips, and soon 3-quarter-day island trips on the Liberty. You can count on Fisherman's Landing to deliver the best. Check the website for all that is going on or call Fisherman's Landing at 619-221-8500. Book now at fishermanslanding.com.
Hey, next weekend is Father's Day weekend, and it's also the weekend of the San Diego International Boat Show. Such a great show. Over 200 vessels, full sail and power, will be there, along with a lot of fishing boats. And I have exciting news from down here in Ensenada. Our good friend Fito, you just heard from the Hotel Corral and Marina, will be there too, along with an expert or a man from Mexico Customs who's going to talk about the importation permits and other things that Fito just talked about in coming to Mexico that you need. That's going to be an exciting part of the San Diego International Boat Show. Rick?
It's a fun family event. They have a kids zone with face painting crafts. They've got a tiki bar, beer gardens, food trucks, and a wide range of new products and services that make operating boats of all size more enjoyable. It's June 16th through the 19th at Spanish Landing Park East. It's Harbor Island, right across from the San Diego International Airport. It's going to be such a fun time.
Yeah, it is. At Thursday and Friday, that's this coming Thursday and Friday, it's noon to 7, Saturday 10 to 7, and Sunday 10 to 6. Admission is only $15, and kids and 12 and under are free, as well as active military personnel are free. And boy, oh boy, do something great for your dad this Father's Day weekend, next weekend, and take him to the San Diego International Boat Show right there at Spanish Landing, across from the San Diego Airport. You will have a great time.
For more information and to purchase tickets, go online to SanDiegoInternationalBoatShow.com. When it comes to fishing rods for saltwater, there's just one name you need to know, CalStar. Take, for example, the Graphiter series. It's a true graphite and fiberglass composite rod, the finest that's ever been built. And for anglers seeking traditional performance, durability, and quality at an affordable price, the CalStar West Coast series of rods and blanks are the ones for you. Their master craftsmen bring decades of rod building experience to every rod they make. So if you want your fishing rods to be truly state-of-the-art, I always recommend CalStar at fine tackle stores everywhere.
22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro is home to LA's finest open party fleet, including overnights on the Freedom, Catalina Freelance on the Pursuit, half-day trips on the Monte Carlo, and three-quarter-day trips on the Native Sun. Plus, you can charter the Ultra, Spectra, and True Line. There is always plenty of free parking and a fully stocked tackle store. Take advantage of the Wednesday specials on the Pursuit and Monte Carlo, and kids fish free with a paid adult on the afternoon half-day. 22nd Street Landing Sport Fishing in San Pedro. Call 310-832-8304 or book online at 22ndstreet.com.
If the fish are biting, I'm on my boat, rain or shine. Of course, I wear my life jacket. It's like wearing a seatbelt. Clip it on, grab my tackle box, and hit the water.
Love California, Boat California, Save California. A message from California State Parks Division of Boating and Waterways.
Everyone likes special treatment, kind of feel like a VIP. Well, that's how our listeners are treated at Poway Valley Collision. I have personally heard of several stories of how well our friends Jim and Mary take care of their customers that we sent them. Poway Valley Collision is worth the drive from anywhere in the Southland. We know you may not need them today, but when accidents happen, it pays to go to Poway Valley Collision. And listen to this. Our listeners get a special discount that can save you hundreds of dollars on your car or truck repair. Just tell them you listen to the show and you get the deal. They work with most insurance companies, including Auto Club, MetLife, Wawanesa, and more. Just bring your car or truck to them and let Poway Valley Collision do the rest. I've had my truck repaired at Poway Valley Collision and the job was perfect. So get your vehicle fixed right at Poway Valley Collision. Tell them you listen to Let's Talk Hookup and they'll save you money on your repair. Poway Valley Collision, 14211 Garden Road in Poway. Check PowayValleyCollision.com. Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090.
All right, we're live in Ensenada, Mexico, in Baja California. Great morning down here in Ensenada. We have such a distinguished guest list here that Ken and Kenya have put together. Right, Ken?
My boss. You mentioned my boss just now.
Morning.
Yeah. Kenya.
So, to introduce Kenya Zamaripa is the Director of Marketing and International Affairs for the Sport Fishing Association. We created the position a couple of years ago, frankly, just to be a liaison to Mexico. Kenya has done an absolutely amazing job, is the expert on vessel importation documents, FMMs, etc. And I just say it out to everybody in the listening audience, use her as a resource, use our office. Even if you aren't in the Sport Fishing Association, if you have a question, call our office. Our office is there to help. So, Kenya, as far as FMMs, and actually start with a temporary importation document. How can people, what's required, and what do they need to have documentation-wise to get that?
That one, first of all, all that instructions are in English, available on our website, which is californiasportfishing.org. Just go on the tab that says Mexico, U.S. regulations, and down below you'll see a Mexican flag, and it says vessel importation document. That will take you straight to the Mexican website that allows you to pay for it. You will only need to be you'll have to have your certificate of documentation or registration for the boat, have your passport handy, and your credit card, and that's pretty much it. It's a very simple 6-step website to follow through. Once you submit your information, it takes you about 5 business days to get an email from them saying everything's fine. They'll ask you for a copy of your COT or registration along with your passport, and then once you apply with that documentation, they'll DHL it straight to you, so you're basically only paying for them to DHL the permit to you. The permit is good for 10 years, so it's...
How much is it?
It's about $80 right now.
And Kenya... this is one of 3 required documents when you come fishing in Mexico, correct? With your own boat, I might add.
With your own boat, yes. And for example, one thing that I wanted to point out on this process, you guys are able to do it on your own. You can also call me or contact the SAC office, stop by if you need any help. There is something that is not listed on their website, which is if the boat you have is company owned or in a family trust or is leased. you also need to submit, along with that email, a copy of the Articles of Incorporation, minutes, or any legal document that links you to the company.
Yes.
Otherwise, they're not very good at explaining why they're canceling your permit, and you'll just get the full refund and have to start right over again.
And I might explain, my friend Steve that purchased my Davis boat had that issue with a family trust.
Yes.
And you walked him through it and helped him out, and he was so happy.
Again, you can contact the SAC office through the website. Our phone number is over there. You can stop by. And I'll hold your hand through it.
Okay, and Fito, I know at the San Diego Boat Show next week you will be there with a specialist in that. Will you actually be able to walk people through the process at the event at the San Diego Boat Show?
That is correct. We're going to have two dates. On Friday, we're going to have a seminar that I'm going to do about boating in Mexico and the paperwork related to doing that.
Okay.
There's a brochure that the Mexico Tourism Board did with the Secretary of Tourism, and it's very self-explanatory. So we're going to talk about those procedures. That's on Friday. And on Saturday at 4:30, we're going to have a presentation of the many boating destinations in Mexico. So it's going to be Ensenada, Cabo area, La Paz, Mazatlan, and Banderas Bay, which is Nuevo Vallarta, and Barra de Navidad. And also, we're going to have the sub-administrator from Customs in Tijuana that's going to be coming to the show, and she's going to be talking about the procedures of getting the import permit. And also, I believe they're going to announce some changes that they're going to do on the online portal that they have, and so it's very important that people that are involved in the industry in the California area, like brokers, lawyers, and stuff, that have day-to-day, interaction with people going to Mexico, giving out information, that they attend. So it'll be a good 1 hour and a half.
Wow,
of information.
That sounds really exciting. Well, Rick, let's go live to Captain Ryan Boshin aboard the San Diego, who actually spends a lot of time in Mexico, right? Ryan?
That's for sure. Good morning, Ryan.
Morning, Pete. Morning, Ricky. Yeah, you guys are speaking my language there. Permits and visas and all that stuff. We're deeply involved in that, so we know all about it. With a lot of help from Ken and Kenya over the years. It's a very, very smooth process.
I always
fantastic.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Actually, where we're fishing right now, we do not need visas. We're fishing further than 12 miles from the Coronado Islands, so you do not need a passport to come on these trips right now. But our normal run, where we fish around the Coronado Islands with the help of Kenny and Kenya, they're the workers at Seaport. They have it down to a science. They get you in and out of the office with fishing licenses, visas. It's very, very easy. So wanted to talk a little bit about the fishing that we got going on here locally. I'm sure there's been plenty of talk of it. You really have a chance right now of a fish of a lifetime here close to home. There are a lot of bluefin tuna from 50 to 150 pounds locally. It's kind of a once-in-a-lifetime type deal. So we're trying to take advantage of it here. We've had some decent days. It's trophy fish fishing. You're not going to see fish counts of 80 and 100 fish coming in. It's just not that type of deal. If we can go out here and catch 10, that's a good day, in my opinion, especially with the size of these fish. A lot of these fish, we're fighting them for an hour and then losing them at color. And when you're talking about a 3/4 day trip, you do that a couple times in a day, and it just eats up your day. But we've landed some nice ones. We landed a 132 a couple days ago. We landed a 101. I think we have 4 or 5 over 100 here in the last couple of weeks, and lots of 70-pounders, 75-pounders.
Just crazy.
So it's pretty crazy. It's pretty crazy.
And certainly, like you say, the thing about it is absolutely every single day you step aboard the San Diego, you've got a shot at that's a fish you'd expect to see on a 15-day trip. It's just unreal the quality day after day after day. It's just awesome what's going on right now, Ryan.
I think it's going to be a time that we're talking about for a long time. You know, I can remember hearing the old-timers talk about I think it was, they still talk about the early 90s when that 100-pound bluefin was around, and Joe Chade on the Conquest and Stinger and those guys, they were having big days on them on the 302, and we really haven't seen it since then. And it's here. It's right outside the island. There are some schools that are straight 150 to 230 pounders. There's some schools that are straight 70 pounders. There's some schools that are straight 50 pounders. It's a once in a lifetime deal, and the way we're getting bit even adds to the excitement. I'm sure you've talked about it on the show there, but a lot of popper fish, a lot of surface iron fish. To watch a 120-pounder come up and eat your popper is something you'll never forget.
That's cool. It does bring up one quick thing to talk about, Boog, and that's what kind of gear should a guy be ready for? Because, I mean, this isn't your typical, 25-pound yellowtail fishing. What's the appropriate thing to bring if we're going to go get one of these trophies?
Yeah, undergunned has been kind of the theme of the last couple of weeks here on the boat. A lot of guys are showing up undergunned, and it's not their fault. This is a novel fishery we got going on here, and people don't have the tackle. One thing that is nice is Seaforth Tackle just started renting the perfect outfit for this fishing. You need, a perfect outfit would be a Talica 12 or a Talica 16, half filled with 80-pound Spectra, and then a minimum of 100 to 300 feet of 50-pound mono on top of it. And we recommend a longer top shot than what you might see the private boat guys recommending. And mainly it's because, you get a 120-pounder straight up and down with 20 feet of line out, and then the 70-ton piece of wood called the San Diego goes up on a wind swell. And if your fish is not hooked perfectly, it's going to rip the hook right out of the fish's mouth. I can't tell you how many 100-pounders we've lost at color in the last week. So we really, really, really recommend that guys use at least 100 feet of mono. It's much different when this boat goes up on a wind swell than a 25-foot Parker going up on a wind swell. There's a lot of weight pulling against the hook. So fill your reel halfway with Spectra, top off the rest of it with 50 or 60-pound mono. We don't really see that fluorocarbon as a big advantage right now. It's not really that type of fishing. Some guys are even using a small piece of 80 or 100-pound, 2-3 foot piece, and then tying their popper on. We've also had some bait fish here recently. You can pull it off on 40-pound tests, but, man, it's a struggle. I would recommend nothing less than 50. And if you're going to do the Spectra to short top shot thing, you need to have at least 60-pound fluorocarbon.
Wow, awesome, Boog. Well, that's great info and crazy, crazy fishing that's going on right now. If somebody wants to come join you on an absolute fish of a lifetime opportunity on the San Diego, we're running every day, right?
We're running every single day. We have the boat online, fishing offshore through next week. Keep your eye on that schedule. That can change. It is still bluefin fishing where frustration is a major part of it. They show up really good for 2 days, and then they disappear for 2 days. Yesterday we didn't catch a single one. The day before that we had lots and lots of opportunities that fish over 80 pounds. So there's still plenty of frustration and inconsistency involved with it. But if you're here on the right day, it could be a fish of a lifetime, and there is a lot of it around right now. So call the landing at 619-224-3383 to make a reservation, or you can book online at either the boat's website or the landing's website, seaforthlanding.com or thesandiego.com. So we're headed out here. We're about 15 miles from the ground. I'll let you guys know how we do.
All right, Ryan. Well, great report. We sure appreciate that. Thanks for that, and we will look forward to talking to you real soon. Hopefully continued success. Sounds pretty good, huh, Pete?
Yeah, sounds great. Let's go ahead and jump into those jam-packed phone lines, Rick.
You got it. Why don't we start it off this morning with Don, who's calling us from Woodland Hills. Good morning, Don. Welcome to join us on Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, guys. Thank you for taking my call. I'm actually on the road today instead of at home.
All right.
For someone who's not been to Ensenada before, how long of a drive would it be from San Diego, not distance, but in time? And what kind of accommodations, at the hotel, and what's it usually run?
So distance-wise, it takes you approximately hour and a half, hour 50 minutes, like we were mentioning, directly from San Diego here directly to Ensenada. And there's just so many places to choose from. But again, where we're at right now is I think a great option, and you have the marina right here at the Hotel Corral and Marina.
And then, Hector, there's a number of hotels in Ensenada proper where you can walk to all the beautiful attractions right in Ensenada, right?
Yeah, exactly. You have different options. So either you want to stay in town, you want to stay on the Guadalupe Valley, on the beach. It's accommodations for any kind of prices and facilities.
Yeah.
Like, Hector, what would be a price, we'll say, span? Like, what could people expect?
Okay, you can find hotels either from $80 to $150 to $100 in the town area. If you go to the Guadalupe Valley, prices range are from $150 to $100. But very deal. Nice, excellent views.
Luxurious, beautiful.
Luxurious. In the Guadalupe Valley right now, it's the like those kind of boutique hotels, nice little ones, 8, 10 rooms, and obviously the restaurants, excellent gastronomy.
Yes, and we were talking with Haiti yesterday while we were in the Guadalupe Valley about the similarity for me of when we visited the wine country in Argentina, where a lot of the wineries have fabulous restaurants attached to the winery, and that's something you don't see a lot in the California wineries, but you do see here in the Guadalupe Valley.
That's correct. The majority that have restaurants here, what they have is the farm-to-table concept,
yes,
where they also grow, all their vegetables and whatnot there, and they serve it daily. Really, it's not the catch of the day, but it's the pick of the day.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's again, gastronomy scene is booming here, and you guys can attest to it. Yesterday, I think we had great meals throughout.
Unbelievable. Hey, thanks a lot for your call. Appreciate that. Let's find out what's happening with the Cass man, Richard Castaneda, right, Rick?
We actually don't have Cass right now, but we definitely have packed up phone lines. And again, if somebody does want to join us this morning, talk about Ensenada, talk about all the fun times going on, 858 area code 457. 1090 is the best way to reach us this morning. And why don't we jump back into the phones and talk to Mark, who's calling us from Lakeside this morning. Hi, Mark. Welcome to Let's Talk Hookup.
Hey, good morning, guys. How's it going?
Great. Good morning, Mark.
Hey, I just had a quick question. We used to go down to Castro's in the late 80s, Castro's Landing in the late 80s, early 90s, and we had a great time down there rocking the white sea bass. And I was just wondering, we stopped going down there because things were getting sketchy, and I was just wondering if things have improved enough to drive down there and camp, and do they still run the pongas out of there if they know?
Fido, do you have any idea what's going on down at Castro's right now?
Actually, someone from that family works in our organization, and they do have the facility open. So there is people there that are taking, rock cod is really good over there, and. But I believe they are operating. Yeah,
and I can tell you from our trips down here, safety's it's been gorgeous. No issues. It's just been really pleasant while we've been down here. So I wouldn't be too terribly concerned about any kind of safety issues at all.
All right, and we talked about that yesterday, Hattie, what a different atmosphere it is, and how we feel safer down here than we do in a lot of the streets in Los Angeles and San Diego.
Very true. It's like any big city. You know what places to stay away from, but again, the drive is really a breeze. It's such an ease, and as far as safety goes, I think it's improved a lot all over Tijuana, Ensenada also. Nothing really to be majorly concerned about at all.
Very good. Thanks a lot for the call this morning.
Hey, I want to remind you this portion is sponsored in part by Fisherman's Processing in San Diego. The fish you catch is a valuable item, so why not take the best possible care of it? Fisherman's Processing is San Diego's finest, and they'll treat your fish just like it was their own. Once you try them, you will be hooked. Fisherman'sProcessing.com for more details, or you can check them out when your trip returns to the San Diego landings. When we come back, we got a lot more Let's Talk Hookup coming your way, more from the beautiful Hotel Corral in Ensenada, and a lot more of your phone calls. You stay tuned. You're listening to Southern California's sport fishing voice. It's Let's Talk Hookup on the mighty 1090.
Inland Boat Center is the destination for your next boat. They've been around 35 years, so they're here to stay with something for everyone. Inland Boat Center has a giant inventory of all types of boats, including the perfect saltwater fishing boats made by Arima and Defiance. Inland Boat Center has a huge 2.5-acre indoor showroom with over 300 new and pre-owned boats, making them the largest boat store on the West Coast. Family-owned and operated, they are proud of their customer service. They take trades of all types. Come check out their inventory of Defiance boats from 20 to 29 feet, or the fantastic selection of the amazing Arima boats from 17 to 21 feet. Inland Boat Center has a full service department, fiberglass repair and upholstery department. Everything you need is under one roof at Inland Boat Center, 681 East San Jacinto in Paris. Check the website for the current inventory and more at inlandboatcenter.com. Have you ever imagined casting a fly or a lure on one of the most beautiful and productive rivers in Alaska? At Katmai Lodge, you can catch up to all 5 species of Pacific salmon: the king, sockeye, chump, pink, and silver salmon, along with rainbow trout, Arctic grayling, dolly varden, and other native stream fish. When anglers dream of trophy salmon and trout, the Alagnak River is their destination, and Katmai Lodge is the premier base camp. Being the original river-based lodge on the Alagnak gives the facility a leg up on the competition. Both experienced and novice anglers have rated Katmai Lodge and its knowledgeable guides as the best of the best. Katmai Lodge is remote, yet offers all the amenities of a first-class lodge. During your Alaska visit, you'll see amazing wildlife: brown bears, caribou, eagles, moose, otters, and much more. Schedule a day trip on their private de Havilland Otter Float Plane and visit the world-famous Brooks Falls. Book online at katmai.com or call 1-800-330-0326. That's katmai.com or call 1-800-330-0326 for the fishing adventure of a lifetime.
All right, it's time to talk about great gear from Shimano. And boy, after that little session with Captain Ryan Bostian, can't help but talk about this giant bluefin. It is fish of a lifetime, and you heard him talk about being undergunned. Well, if you go out and get the right gear from Shimano, you will not be that guy. And the right gear, Talica 12, Talica 16 2-speed, the best in small fishability, casting, and very strong reels. Talica 12 and 16 have the power when you do hook a fish that's 100, 150, a 200-pounder to get the job done. Fill that full of 65 or even 80-pound Power Pro, you've got a very compact workhorse winch that is not going to let you down when you hook your big one. Also a great reel, very good free spool for a small 2-speed, so if you are casting a popper or a jig, you can get it done and also have the ability to drop in that thing into low and winding your big bluefin home. Check it out, the Shimano Talica 2-speed at your local tackle store. For more information, you can check out Shimano.com.
When it comes to tackle storage, it's got to be Flambeau. Built to fish, built to last. Check out these new products designed just for anglers. The 2 new HD Series hard cases with thick customizable foam to protect your electronics when not in use. While the new HD Series tough boxes provide heavy-duty waterproof protection. Clear lids and O-ring seals keep water out while letting you see in. Flambeau's patented Z-Rust provides additional protection against rust and corrosion, keeping your valuables safe. For travel, protect your rods with a tough Bazooka rod carrier. Available at Turner's Outdoorsman and other fine tackle retailers.
Turner's Outdoorsman, Southern California's #1 shooting, hunting, and fishing tackle retailer since 1971, is right in your neighborhood. Now 18 stores throughout Southern California and 3 in San Diego County. Turner's Outdoorsman brings you the best prices and selection, plus a knowledgeable staff that will help make your day on the water or in the field more fun. Stop by your neighborhood Turner's Outdoorsman. To find the location nearest you, check the web at turners.com and sign up for special deals and more.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh,
Rush! San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Welcome back to Let's Talk Hookup on the Mighty 1090, announcing Yamaha Outboards Wake Up the Season sales event for a limited time from now through June 15th. You can purchase a select eligible new Yamaha 4-stroke outboard, and it'll come with up to $500 in dealer credit towards the purchase of additional goods and services. Reliability starts here, Yamaha. Visit your nearest Yamaha Outboard dealer today for more details. And Pete, I know you guys are having a blast down there in Ensenada. It sounds so nice right now.
It is nice.
I'd like to ask Kenya, FMMs, okay, where are they required and how do people get them?
Okay, as Ryan was saying earlier, they are only required if you're fishing within 12 miles from Mexican soil, including the Coronado Islands. So you can't, if you're thinking about fishing around them and just because they're so far away, nope. 12 miles from them. Otherwise, you do need an FMM. We have full instructions on our website. Again, that's californiasportfishing.org. It's a 3-step deal. You know, you go on the first website, which is also available in English, fill out the boat information, how many passengers you're taking with you, and just go ahead and pay it up. Once you pay it, a PDF receipt is downloaded to your computer. The second step right there is just to fill out an electronic list of passengers or electronic manifest. If you click on the picture on their website, you will download a template that you can use as an example. It will have like a fake boat name over there. You can just go ahead and overwrite it. And then the third step is as simple as just attaching those 2 documents to an email that is there for you to copy. And then another note, on a personal note there, you're supposed to wait to get an answer back from them allowing you to enter Mexican waters. However, we do understand that sometimes you just wake up in the morning and feel like fishing. You don't have time to wait for that email. Sometimes it goes straight to your junk mail. You don't know where it's at. So we do encourage you to take a copy of that receipt along with the electronic manifest with you. The Navy is aware of that. So if you do get boarded for inspection, you'll be fine.
Yeah.
No, that's perfect.
That's good information. And the SAC office will assist in that, right?
Yeah, again, I mean, instructions are there. You're always welcome to send us an email through the website. Our phone numbers are over there. Another note that I wanted to highlight right there is that passports are required. You are entering another country.
Passport card also is okay.
Yeah, passport cards are also okay. We get a lot of questions regarding green cards, and I'm here to remind you that green cards allow you to enter the U.S., not to enter another country. So, of course, you can travel with it. You can't enter Mexican territory with it. The only, I guess, reason for you to not require an FMM is you're taking a Mexican passenger with you. But, again, you do need their passport number to fill it out to prove that the person is Mexican.
Okay.
So, yes, passports 100% required.
Okay, very good. Now, I think our engineer would cut us off if I didn't go into the next subject and your alter ego of Kendra Z, the Baja culinary expert and the guide. Let's talk just for a brief couple of moments about the 2 places we went yesterday for lunch and dinner, and 2 examples of the multitude of amazing delights here in Baja California for foodies.
Yeah, as Haiti was saying, we went to a restaurant called La Esperanza, which is from Chef Miguel Ángel Guerrero. It's one of the top 2 of Baja California, actually the one that gets attributed with creating the Baja Med concept. You know, it's Mediterranean food, a bit of Asian spices, and Mexican food right there. You tell me, how was the octopus you tried? It was amazing. I had the exact same thing.
The best I've ever had.
So,
it was unbelievable.
Yeah. Not too bad with the view you have.
Yeah,
also,
and the
right?
food. And you know, the other thing too is here we are at a 5-star, amazing restaurant. That whole octopus was 250 pesos, which is like
not even $20.
Not even $20. I mean, in a California restaurant, that would have been double that. So the value of good dining down here is another thing people need to be aware.
Yes, indeed. And, you know, it's like if you're up for some surprises with the food, I mean, it might look like something you haven't tried before, but you need to remember it's just Mexican food with a twist.
Yeah.
You know?
Okay,
and it's great.
we got to say that Ken tried ceviche, and he also tried the tongue, right?
Yes.
Yes, and let's just say Ken's not one of the most adventurous eaters that we've ever dined with, right?
Candy coated. Tell me what you really think.
It's part of the
you're a
experience.
hamburger cheeseburger guy, right? But as a lot of people here, but did you like that? Did you like it?
We have a scorecard. Every time we go somewhere new, it's the joke of the table. What's Ken trying new today?
Yeah, you know, it's one of those things, just try it and ask what it was later.
Exactly.
Yeah, I tried something new yesterday, and she shook her finger. Says, no, you already tried that. You need to try something else new.
So, and then for dinner, we went to a wonderful restaurant just around the corner here from
Yeah, it's right
Hotel
next
Colorado.
to the port captain office.
Yes.
So it's, you know, the first right once you get into Ensenada. That was called La Manzanilla. It was my also first time there. And, I mean, Right. I think it had more of like a hint of Italian food, a lot of good pastas. We had the raviolis. They had abalone, if I'm not mistaken.
Victor Jimenez sitting next to you, who we're going to do in the second hour. That dish you had was quite exciting too, right? Yeah, delicious.
The risotto with la coche risotto.
Yeah.
Yeah. Again, so we take a Mediterranean food and just add a Mexican twist on it.
Yeah.
Not your typical flavors. Talk about fusion and combinations there.
So the point I want to make, if you have questions about dining, Kendra Z at the SAC office is the Baja expert. She'll guide you. Because Tijuana, we were talking
Tijuana
about
is
that.
Also booming
is booming in gastronomy.
Beyond.
Artisanal beer, for example. I was mentioning the beer festival just happened. We had 3 more, I think, coming up. And it's, it's been a culinary experience just to growing up in there. It's not the same city, that it was 5 years ago, even 8 years ago. Okay. And after 2008, I think the whole state just dedicated fully into promoting via tourists in your own city, in your own state, and that's what made it grow in quality.
Yes.
I think.
Yes.
And again, on our website, what we have for the Ministry of Tourism, which is discoverbajacalifornia.com, you have the different destinations and the recommendations of where to dine.
Oh.
So you have all the selection and ranges there as well. So depending where you're going and the activities that you have to go along with it also.
That's on your website, which is?
The Ministry of Tourism website, which is www.discoverbajacalifornia.com.
Discoverbajacalifornia.com. And I think I have a new vision now on our website, hookup1090.com, of Kendra Z doing food reviews for Baja California.
Like every Friday.
Yeah. Exactly.
We'll adopt her. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I think it's good. All right, Rick, time for a break, Rick.
Well, yeah, Pete, it sounds like you're working really hard down there, man. I'm really proud of you putting in the hard hours. Sounds like a good time. Hey, when we come back, we got another full hour of Let's Talk Hookup coming your way. We're going to check in with catch reports, find out what's biting up and down the beach. You stay tuned. Let's Talk Hookup live from Ensenada right here on the mighty 1090.
Fishing is a lifestyle for many of us, and what you wear on your feet is a big part of that. So I like to live aloha and wear Olokai premium footwear. Every pair is created with the Hawaiian culture and heritage in mind, plus unique details and features. Olokai sandals are the best I've ever worn because they're based on the feeling of your bare foot in wet sand for a natural heel cup and arch support. Nothing could be more comfortable and good for your feet. Olokai makes footwear for any time of day or night. My favorite Olokai sandals are the Ohana, water resistant and great for the beach or the boat. My everyday Olokai is the Noe Mesh, so comfortable you barely know you have them on. And for a night on the town, I choose Molola. They look great and they feel amazing. Share aloha with Olokai crew by following them on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter at Olokai and tagging your photos with #AnywhereAloha. Olokai footwear is available at Fisherman's Landing Tackle, Dana Landing, and other fine tackle stores or Olokai.com.
Alaska is one of the ultimate fishing destinations in the world. This is Rock Cod Rick, and every year the one trip I look forward to is Kingfisher Charters in Sitka, Alaska. My dad and I have been going for over 15 years, and I just can't wait to go again. No one does it better than Kingfisher Charters. They offer the best service, the most comfortable accommodations, fantastic food, the finest fishing charter captains in all of Sitka, and the ultimate value. Sure, I've been to others, but time and time again, nobody beats Kingfisher Charters. You can catch huge halibut like the ones we do almost every year, and salmon, well, Sitka is famous for some of the best runs in Alaska. We also get plenty of rockfish and huge lingcod. And when it comes to fish processing, the best in Alaska is Kingfisher Charters. And listen to this, it's all included in your package. In fact, everything is included except the tips. It's truly amazing how the Kingfisher crew continues the quality of service they deliver year after year. Come and join me on the Let's Talk Hookup trip in June, or just go when you can. Kingfisher Charters, 800-727-6136, or check kingfishercharters.com.
Information is the key to success, and inside information is even better. When it comes to fishing, inside information is critical, and that's what FishDope.com delivers. FishDope.com really does help you catch more fish and save fuel. FishDope.com is the only SST service with a satellite oceanographic PhD on board, the only fish finding service with a spotter plane. You get daily catch reports from Point Conception to San Martin Island, 365 days a year. FishDope.com boasts the largest largest code group anywhere, covering sport boats, commercial boats, and private boaters. FishDope.com has online planning tools, moon phase, tides, hot bite icons, and more. What I'm telling you is, if you don't have FishDope.com, well, good luck. Membership costs less than 40 gallons of gas for the entire year. That's right, 1 year. What a bargain. Plus, stay tuned for the special code to save $20 on a FishDope.com membership. Check it out today. FishDope.com. Catch more fish, burn less fuel.
XEPRS 1090 AM, Rosarito, Baja California.
You're listening to the home of the Padres.
Oh, right.
San Diego's sports leader, the mighty 1090.
Boating season is here, so it's time to get ready with a powerful offer during Yamaha Outboard's Wake Up the Season sales event. For a limited time, from May 2nd through June 15th, you'll get up to $500 in dealer credit when you purchase a select eligible new Yamaha 4-stroke outboard. That's right, choose a qualifying new 2.5 to 150 horsepower 4-stroke outboard and receive up to $500 in dealer credit toward the purchase of additional goods or services from your authorized participating Yamaha outboard dealer. It's time to make some wakes, so get in gear for the 2016 boating season with a brand new Yamaha 4-stroke outboard and up to $500 in dealer credit. This exciting offer is only available during Yamaha's Wake Up the Season sales event and only until June 15th, 2016. Reliability starts here. Yamaha. Visit your nearest Yamaha Outboards dealer today. This offer ends June 15th, 2016, subject to change at any time. Other restrictions and conditions apply. See authorized participating Yamaha Outboard dealer for details. This promotion cannot be used with any other Yamaha offer.
One of my favorite things about fishing, in addition to hooking up a nice yellowfin, is a chance to meet great people. And when I run into someone that served our country or a local hero that has served our community, I make it a point to say thank you. And right now, your San Diego County Ford dealer would like to show their gratitude by offering all first responders, active military personnel, veterans, and retirees a special appreciation bonus on top of current offers available on a new Ford car, truck, or SUV. It's your Ford dealer's way of saying thank you. Thank you to all first responders and military personnel for your service to us all. When duty calls, when disaster strikes, when others are in need, they go first, and they deserve to be recognized. To learn more about this special appreciation bonus, go to FordHonorsTheHeroes.com. That's FordHonorsTheHeroes.com. Or simply stop by any San Diego County Ford dealer. They'll be glad to hook you up.
Great boats, free parking, and a fully stocked tackle shop. Just a few of the reasons Seaforth Sport Fishing is a favorite among anglers. Come aboard top charter boats like the Aztec, Cortez, Endeavor, Eclipse, Apollo, Outer Limits, Pacific Star, El Gato Dos, Alexis, Pride, Privateer, Tribute, Pacific Voyager, and the Voyager. Plus, the new Seaforth Sea Watch in San Diego offer the finest half, 3/4, and full-day trips available. Check out the full-service tackle store at Seaforth Sport Fishing. And it's all run by fishermen for fishermen. 1717 Quivira Road, just off Mission Bay Drive in Mission Bay. Book online at seaforthlanding.com.